guys, welcome to Gav Gaming TV. Today we are looking at Battlefield 1. I have been playing in the open beta, which was good. Usually I get alpha invites and stuff from Battlefield, but I have done with the last 3 or 4 Battlefields, but didn't with this one. Bit disappointing, but not even a closed beta thing, which is a bit gutting. But no, the open beta was fun. The map is okay. Wasn't one of my favourite maps, I have to say. I have seen better ones, but it was good. It was interesting, different. So let's talk about this and break it down. Battlefield, as always, beautiful graphics, amazing sound. You can't deny that. Battlefield is first class when it comes to the sound and the graphics every time. With the effects, the weapons, a lot, you know, always pulls it out of the bag, always the dog's nuts. So that I'm impressed with. The fact that it's in World War One is what's really interesting me at the minute. I was hoping for World War Two, but World War One is just as good because I'm getting a little played out and bored of the fucking futuristic stuff or the modern warfare stuff. You know, I want proper fighting. In the newer stuff, you're either getting hit by grenade launchers or rocket launchers and shit. You're getting locked on by friggin' SAMs and that sort of stuff when you're in aircraft and that. I want proper dogfighting when you're in planes and proper war when you're on the ground. So this is why I fancied either World War Two or, as they went, World War One. I have been doing some flying, as you'll see in this video, and it's fun. It's very fun, in fact, because you get down to proper nitty-gritty dogfighting. But I'll get onto that whenever the video hits the aircraft. Comes to the specials. Never tried the blimp, but I did get a couple of goals on the train. The footage here, you will see I'm in the nose turret of the train, which is fun. The destruction looks amazing. What they've done with this is there's less big, showy Levolution stuff. They've toned it down a wee bit. There's like a stone sort of bridge sort of thing on this that can be demolished. Don't know about other maps, but they've just toned it down a bit. You know, there's no massive show pieces anymore, which is good. The addition to it, though, is the terrain is now deformable. So if you lob a grenade, it's actually going to leave a small crater. You put down the stick of dynamite and blow it up, you're going to leave a hole. Same with the shells from this train. You know, when they hit the ground, they're going to leave a deformation in the ground. Charred marks on it and all that. So that's really, really cool, because then you can create your own sort of cover. If you've got like a long distance to travel, a couple of your mates are on when one of them's flying, get to drop a lot of bombs in front of you and make a line of craters so you can actually dive into something to hide and get some cover. So I'm liking the addition to it. The terrain deformation is really, really cool. The buildings aren't fully destructible anymore. They toned that down a little bit as well, so at least you do still get a little bit of cover in some of these places, because some of these maps are going to be large. Apparently they're bigger than the old Battlefield 4 maps. Now I'm playing mainly Conquest. I tried Rush, but they've limited it to 24 players. Now that seems a little short to me. 12v12 on Rush, especially on this map, it is massive, and I think it's a little too small. Apparently some of the maps do feel a little empty with the Rush mode, due to the maps just being so damn big. And I play Battlefield for the large fights. You know, whereas Call of Duty is like little battles and skirmishes. I like playing Battlefield because it feels like a war. There's tanks, there's aircraft, there's lots of people running around, there's shots going off everywhere, and stuff like that. So That's why I like playing it. So I think hopefully they may up it in the future, back to 64. But I think 12v12 is too few. As you see, the weather effects are amazing. This is in one of the tanks there. I think this is the bog standard setup. I actually changed his tank to a tank killer before, which is pretty cool. Which I think is maybe near the end of the video. Can't remember now. But the weather effects are really cool in this. At least these weather effects are that we see here. Very, very impressive looking. Very hard to see, I have to say. But to be fair, it's a sandstorm. You will be able to see bugger all. Some people have said they last a bit too long. It's about 5 minutes or so, which in a 20 odd minute game, 20-30 minute game, isn't really that bad in my opinion. You know, 5 minutes is okay. You could maybe change it to a couple of minutes here, a couple of minutes there, like, but no, 5 minutes is me rightly. Flying in a sandstorm is a bitch, but what I've actually found is a top tip here. When there's a sandstorm coming in, just fly above the clouds, and you can actually fly above the sandstorm, and at that point you can still either dogfight, or if you're in the fighter slash bomber, which is coming up in a short while in the video, you can still do dive bombing and whatnot through the sandstorm, so you can still be effective and give assistance. The way you customise your vehicles and stuff isn't too bad. Same old customisations, but you know, you can select like different types of setups, I suppose it is, for tanks and whatnot. So you can either have it as a tank killer or anti-personnel, stuff like that. Same sort of thing as with the aircraft. You can do them exactly the same as well, which is cool. You can also auto repair them yourself, which isn't too bad, especially considering it stops you from having a guy on there repairing it for you. But as you see, there's a bit of footage here in the biplanes. I think this is actually the fighter with the twin machine guns on the front. I was playing with an Xbox 360 controller, which was okay, but the one gripe I do have about it is the stick where you're flying, you know, rolling, pitching, all that lot, is also the stick that puts onto outside view mode, third person, and when you're pulling hard back, sometimes you'll press it by accident and it puts you outside mode into third person, and that really annoyed the hell out of me, and I couldn't change it. But hopefully in the full game, which fingers crossed I'll be able to get, I will be using my joystick and throttle on that for flying. Because again, hopefully by then I'll have a new desk layout and stuff at the girlfriend's house, so I'll be able to get everything on the desk. But I'm thinking it'll be a lot more fun flying with my joystick and that. It was fun with the controller, just a few little gripes with it. But dogfighting was fun. It was proper, you know, mano a mano, as it were, fighting. As you can see, I'm trying to chase down the enemy fighter here, which is a triplane. The other thing that I thought was a little bad, or may need tweaking, was the health of the aircraft. I don't think it's in this video, but I chased one and pumped tons and tons of lead into it, and the thing just did not go down. If anything, I think either the aircraft guns need upping in damage, or the planes need dropping in HP a little bit. Personally, I think the guns need upping in damage. I've used the Train AA, and that takes down aircraft fairly well. So I think it's just that the guns in the aircraft are underpowered, so if they can tweak them up a little bit, it'll be cool. The damage on the aircraft is pretty good. You know, you can knock off parts of the wings, you can knock off the wing itself, you can, you know, take out the engine and things like that, or even the pilot just watch the plane spiral down into the ground. So the air combat and that is actually really, really good. So just a few little tweaks are needed to the damage, I think, of the guns, to be fair. The bombing runs, which are coming up soon, are pretty good as well. As you can see, I'm self-repairing there, which is good. You are at a disadvantage, obviously, because you can't move, and if you do take a hit, it stops self-repairing. So that's a pretty good mechanic. They've put that in for all vehicles, not just aircraft. They've put that in for tanks and that as well, which is actually quite handy, especially if you can get to a safe zone and repair your aircraft or vehicle. As you can see, I don't know how many bullets are pumping into this thing, but it does not want to go down. But again, the dogfighting is fun. And then again, as I'm using the controller, I'm a terrible shot because I just don't have the control that I would with my joystick. I do with the controller. I suck at using controllers, so I don't really get the accuracy. But it's fun. I think I'm going to try and fly a lot more in this game than the other Battlefields. The other Battlefields just got ridiculous with lock-on stuff. You couldn't fly. You could be locked on and shot down within seconds all the time in Battlefield, even with flares and stuff. So I think I'll be flying a lot more in this one, to be fair. And it is fun. Again, the map size is pretty large, so that's good. The new way they count up on the Conquest only has flag points going towards a score. Now, that's good in some ways because you stop the glory hunters for the kills to get everything, but it's also a bit shit because medics are not really much use anymore. Because that, you know, a kill used to count towards the points, and then if a medic rezzed you, then obviously the point wasn't across. So now it sort of negates medics because it doesn't matter whether you die or not, it's not going to make any difference. So I don't know whether they could do with tweaking that or not, whether, I mean, you don't have to use a kill to go towards it, but maybe a revive would knock a point off. Or add a point. Yeah, add a point, because you're going to get up there quickest, aren't you? So, you know, maybe revives could still count towards the tally. I don't know. But I feel I very rarely saw a medic. I used a medic a few times because I actually quite like the gun. But very, very underutilized from what I saw. This is the fighter bomber that I'm using at the minute, which is actually quite fun. I like this one. I probably use this quite a lot. I don't know what sort of customization you could do to the actual weapons themselves. The aircraft, I don't think you can, but the actual, you know, players' weapons you can customize. Not sure to what extent, but it looked quite good. I don't know whether it's going to better the stats on the weapon or it's just cosmetic. But it does look quite interesting, and I won't mind getting a look into that. There will be obviously more videos whenever the game comes out, looking into that more. You couldn't do it in this demo, or beta I should say, because I had a look at that, and not all weapons were available to you, obviously, only a few. So we'll look into that at a later date. But I think the customization of the guns is going to be really interesting, and the fact that they're all old school guns I think is going to be really good as well. Now some of the vehicles are pretty cool. The Jeeps are not good, but there's a big tank on this, like a big, basically it's a driving fortress, which I used and locked down one of the flags. The tank was full. We had what, 6 guys in it, and we basically just locked down the flag. It was great fun. I just sat there on a flag shooting the cannon up front while the guys were you know, in the other turrets with the machine guns and that. Nobody was getting in a flag, it was brilliant. Some of the vehicles are really, really fun. Some people have said they're overpowered at the minute at the tanks, but to be honest, if you either have... Well, you need teamwork. There's no fecking about this one. There's no one-man heroes. You need teamwork. So you've got to work as a team. It's a friggin' World War One game. Battlefield has always really been about teaming to take down stuff, but people always whinge about it because, you know, they're not used to that sort of thing. If you're laying mines down, it'll take a tank out pretty well. I did that a couple of times. You know, mines will even damage the train if you put them on a track, as well as your sticks of dynamite. And there is a tank sniper rifle as a pickup as well. So there are plenty of ways to take down tanks. You know, all the tanks. You just need the teamwork and the intelligence to freaking do it, which unfortunately these days is a bit lacking. But yeah, it's good so far. I'm really enjoying it. Looking forward to seeing the other maps. Looking forward to seeing the other types of gameplay. I always play Conquest. I like Conquest the best. Big action. You know, loads of teams, and it's just more fun, to be honest, when you're playing with a group like that. And I think it's going to be popular. I've heard some people are not liking the new Call of Duty, so I think a lot of people may come over and try Battlefield. I think some of them may struggle with the fact that it is such a team play game. You can't sit in a corner and, you know, one man win the war. You can't look like the duck's nuts in it. You know, it is teamwork. Kill death ratio doesn't mean jack really in Battlefield. Some people still think it does, but in my opinion, no. If you're not in there getting points, then you're crap, to be honest. In my opinion, Battlefield is about your point score, not kill death ratio. You need to be in there taking flags, winning the map for your team, not sitting there getting fucking 20 kills to 1 death and things like that. Like, it's not that's not to my playstyle anyways, and it doesn't win the game. You know, you need to be in there taking flags, assisting your teammates, you know, covering them while they're taking flags. Even if you run in there like a headless chicken and get shot, if it's distracting them while your mates run in and get the kills, or plant C4 or whatnot, well, not C4 but dynamite, you know, that's what you need to be doing. As you see, there's me messing with the tanks, and here you can customize what layout you sort of got, and you get that by using bonds, which you get by leveling up and doing other bits and bats. So it is a fun game. It is gorgeous, as always, as Battlefield is. Say I am a Battlefield veteran. I've played every single one, and every single one of them online. The best one is still, in my opinion, Battlefield Vietnam, the original one, mind you, not the shitty add-on that they did for the Battlefield there. But this is going to be fun. I think I'm going to enjoy this, and hopefully do some more videos and streams in the future for it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like Battlefield, go out and get this one. If you like Call of Duty, yeah, I don't know. If you like teamwork, get this. If you want to be a lone wolf, all-man singing army, then don't bother your arse. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Gunplay's good. Vehicles are pretty good. The variety of weapons isn't bad from what we saw in the beta. Obviously there'll be a lot more in the proper game, but it looks pretty good. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you see, please give us a thumbs up. If you like the content on the channel, please subscribe. Go and have a look at all my social media stuff. You have the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Twitch account for when I'm streaming, and things like that. And yeah, any questions, again, chuck them down below, guys. And thanks for watching. See you around.